Hello and welcome to the interview here on France 24. We're in The Hague, the Netherlands, and our guest today is Charles Blé Goudé. He is the leader of the Ivorian political party COJEP. Thank you very much for being with us, Mr. Blé Goudé.
My pleasure.
You were formerly the youth minister under the President Laurent Gbagbo a decade ago. You were acquitted by the International Criminal Court here in The Hague of crimes against humanity, and after a long wait, you were finally granted an Ivorian passport, which means that you can return to your home country. How are you feeling about getting this passport after such a long wait?
Yeah, not only for the passport, but being acquitted after 6 years and then waiting for a passport during such a long period can be a moment of joy. I'm happy to finally have my passport. It gives me my citizenship, and I'm happy to have it.
This means that you are going back to the Ivory Coast soon, very soon. How soon?
Let's say soon, because granting me the passport, I think the authorities of the country know that having my passport is opening the way for me to go back home. But I will not go like that. There will be a consultation, a dialogue between me and the authorities of my country. And after that, I think we will discuss a schedule. And after that, the date will be communicated to everybody for me to go back home.
But you must be impatient after 11 years.
Indeed, indeed. Impatient to see my children, impatient to see my family and friends that I left behind 11 years ago.
This passport has been granted by the President of the Republic, Alassane Ouattara. You were his enemy for years. What does it say?
I was not his enemy.
His political enemy, let's put it this way.
His political opponent, maybe. But directly he took into his hand this dossier. This is, finally, it's not an administrative dossier, but a political one. And I'm happy that we can speak man to man like that. He sent me his chief of cabinet who came here. I think we are in a good way for reconciliation in our country. That is a country which went under a very, 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 very difficult situation, which caused death of about 3,000 people. I think it is not a simple passport or a simple coming back for a man. You know, people died, sorry. Some of them lost their job, and they were orphans. It is not that easy speaking about that. That's why I'm putting myself in this position of being patient so that we can discuss and clear this page of our history.
Does that mean, given that this has been handled directly by the President, that there is a deal between you and him about the conditions of your return and about other things?
People are always talking about a deal. Speaking with your adversary, with your opponent, does not bring out a deal necessary. We are not yet there. For the time being, the President is willing to organize my comeback to my country. If I return back, maybe we'll have this discussion, but there's no deal yet, and we are not expecting to have a deal. We just are preparing a return home of somebody who is a political personality who's been away from his country for 11 years. This is where we are.
Right, but let's talk very concretely. You were acquitted by the ICC in appeal, so that's final. However, there is a 20-year jail sentence against you handed down in December 2019 in the Ivory Coast for crimes, tortures, rape. If you come back, does this mean you're going to jail, or did you get guarantees that this will not happen?
You're talking about torture, about crime against humanity. That's why I'm here. And I've been acquitted for that. But let it not take it in the law way. Let's take it from the political situation. There are many personalities before me who were sentenced for 20 years and who went back home, like Laurent Gbagbo and some other fellows of Laurent Gbagbo who are now in the country and they are free to do whatever they want. So there is, I think, and I hope the president will take this position also for me.
As he told you this would be the case. That
somebody that you want to sentence and you want to put to jail, you don't send him your chief of cabinet. You can send him a judge or something like that. He didn't do it. So he's in a position to bring together all the children of this country so that we can forget the situation of war that we went through.
You mentioned Laurent Gbagbo. He was your mentor for years. You spent years seeing him every day in jail here in The Hague. He created a new party several months ago, but you're not in this party because I understand you were not offered to be part of that.
But you have also to point out that before creating this new party, he was also a leader of the former party that we call FPRs. I was not a member of that country. But instead of this, we were always together. So I think he's a Democrat, Mr. Laurent Gbagbo. He knows me very well, and I'm a chief of a party. That's why he didn't offer me this. And to be clear, I'm not a member of the new party that he created. I don't know what is in. I don't know the vision of.
But you
country.
didn't really want to be in there, or were you told not to get close to that party? Did you feel that maybe not Laurent Gbagbo himself, but people around him did not want you in?
I think people around him don't want me there.
Why?
They will give one day their reason. But anyway, I will not condemn them for that. Anyway, I am very good where I am. I feel well where I am. I'm leader of COGEP, and then we are getting organized like they did.
Laurent Gbagbo divorced from Simone Gbagbo, who is herself a politician and who now seems eager to create her own political entity. You've expressed admiration for her many times. Does this mean that she could become an ally more than Laurent Gbagbo for you?
We all were allies. We all were allies in this battle. But I was close to Laurent Gbagbo, and I was close to Simone Gbagbo. Now Laurent Gbagbo has a new party. We know all the leaders of this country, of this party. I'm not part of it. I'm close to Simone Gbagbo, to be honest. I'm close to her. But the divorce he has with his husband, this is private.
I'm talking about the political divorce.
Politically speaking, I'm close to her.
Could that mean there could be an alliance, that your party and her party could join hands?
You were talking about my return home. Once I'm home, we will discuss about all this.
Right. What about age limitation for president? There's a project now in the National Assembly in Ivory Coast whereby you could not be a candidate if you're over 75. This would eliminate the current president, Alassane Ouattara, Laurent Gbagbo, and the former president, Henri Bédier. Is this something that you're in favor of?
Yeah, I am in favor of it, of the limitation of age, but it is not about individuals. It is about alternation. So I am in favor of age limitation in my country, as it was before. That's it.
Right. What about the limitation of presidential mandates? There's a big debate that often some say 2 mandates is the maximum, but you can see, and Ivory Coast is an example of that, sometimes the constitution is changed and the president say, no, it's a new constitution, so the count starts again, and so on and so on, and it creates tensions like it did in the last presidential election.
It creates tension, not only in Ivory Coast, but in all the African countries. And the African leaders have to realize and then have this in mind, that we are not in kingdoms. We need alternation in our country. We need democratic alternation in our country. Youth are fleeing from our African country, go and die in the sea, just because they want to see a new dawn, because they are looking for hope. Let's give them hope so that they can stay home. I would really urge them to accept this democratic alternation for limitation of the mandate. When you have a mandate of 5 years, or 10 years. When you finish, you just leave power to give the chance to change. That is it. Because when there's no change, no chance to change, the country is always living under tensions. And this cannot give a chance to economic situation.
Do you think this opens the doors to military coups, as we've seen in Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso?
Correct. You see it in Guinea, in Mali, in Burkina Faso. Why are those young people always taking weapons against the regime? Because there's no way for change. Let offer chance to change, and then you will see, as there's no coup in France, in UK, and everywhere in Europe, it's because there is a chance to change. People are looking for change.
Last question. You've mentioned before that your goal, your ambition is to be president of the Ivory Coast. The next election is scheduled for 2025. Will you run?
I said I will become president of my country one day. 2025 is coming.
Too soon? Too soon?
Soon, and still I'm here at The Hague. You have to campaign. You need a team. Let me meet with my team, and then we'll make a decision. But for now, I cannot tell. But my ambition is there. But my ambition is not above the lives of the million of Ivorians. This is just an ambition. If you control your ambition, because you want to control people, the first thing to do is to control yourself and your ambition and your interest. This is what I'm trying to do. But when I'm back home, my team and I will meet, and then everybody will know my position by that.
Charles Blé Goudé, I want to thank you very much for being our guest here on the France 24 interview from The Hague, and thank you for watching it.